So I nuke and paved my machine. And the fun part is everything is kind of sort of there, but not kind of sort of there. Like, like I'm looking for stuff. And then it's cool because, like, y'all can tell how much quicker my machine is. It just has a certain snap to it. You're a little
Mm,
kid and you got your new shoes and you're like,
yeah.
yeah, I run fast
Just
as a
got a
mother.
vibe.
Bro, you the same fast as you was the day before you got them shoes, but you ain't know that when you was a kid. I feel like my machine is like that right now. But then I'd be like, ooh, let me just turn. Wait, that doesn't work. Like a Text Expander is an app that I legit been using for well over 20 years. And it's really weird to say shit like that now because computers have been that integral to our background for so long that literally Text Expander is one of those apps. There's certain things I never type. I just have a shortcut, right? And so I was trying to do something yesterday and I went to go hit one of my shortcuts and like nothing happened. And I was like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, dummy, you just fixed the machine. You don't have a Text Expander installed yet. And I'm like, I can't believe I went like 2 days without it in there, which means I wasn't doing
Yep.
anything complicated. And like I kept masking over it. So for instance, I never type my email. My email is semicolon em. It types out the email. But because of Apple Keyboard is also connected to your computer, I can also do shift at. So if I hit the at symbol twice, it changes into my email because of the phone. When you're on the phone, you don't want to have to type an email address over and over again, especially if you're long. Like your name is long enough, Mary Lou
Hmm.
Mandel at whatever the hell.com.
With
Yo,
so
just
many extra letters.
switch
Yeah.
it to at. And especially for people that have numbers in their joint or somebody like Paul, you want to I just use a shortcut key to generate email address. So I have been getting away with it, but I was like, yo, it's missing a whole bunch of things. So kind of crazy. But I like nuke and paving. Luis was like, I'm never doing that. It's way too much work to put it back together. It's
I
actually
need to
kind of
do
fun.
that. I need to do that for the whole office, for the whole workflow, the whole
Bro,
thing.
yo,
I was
the
like,
way
let's
that
just
I ripped it,
bomb and rebuild.
correct. You know what? So it was from packing for camp, right? And then
Yeah.
you got to move stuff out the way because of Bud.
Hmm.
That was the two major things.
Yep.
And then Hurricane Des.
No, it's like, and then coming back, and then I was sick, and so I just like was like, I don't know, I just have to shove it in here so the dog doesn't eat it, and, and then and that's where it's been.
Man, it's crazy because I'm like I don't have time to deal with it right now, but I got meetings I got to catch back up with. I got some feedback I got to send to Pat Flynn and his team, things like that. And I'm like, bro, but I cannot stand it. Like it really f's with
Oh.
my flow. But I'm sitting here and I can't
Hmm.
even move my chair back. Like the table for packing is still out. I haven't put the packing table away yet, and I only bring this
Yeah.
table out. It's a Monfrottable portable projector stand. And but it also works as a dope ass packing table because I'm packing Pelican cases and I'm too old to be squatting on the ground. I can't do
Yeah.
my Korean squat no more. So the packing table is crazy, and it's close, Dimitri. It's close. It's very close, but not. That's a good question though. Wait, I'm just trying to get Dimitri centered. Why won't he go in the center? Dimitri, like I will
Why?
not be
Yeah. It's
put.
like dancing around.
Yo, what the heck? The line's not coming. Oh, there it goes. It's like Demetrius, like, I will not be put in the center. Hold on. Sorry, Demetrius. Sorry. There we go. Sorry, my Virgo tendencies was attacking me. But yeah, so now, like, I got all my Pelican cases is still here. I got a couple boxes and a whole pile of cables on the floor because I was sorting through cables to throw away, because it doesn't pass the USB test. I have a whole
Hmm.
pile right here. And I'm like, yo, I need to deal with this mess. So, similar to content creating, what I have told Mary Lou, what I'm going to do, which I highly suggest you do the same, is I'm going to try to get 15% of it done every day. And it'll just take me 10 days. And why is that equal 150? Because there's some other parts that I was already going to do before I added to that. So I'm actually behind the eight ball. And I'm just like, break it up. Don't try to clean the whole room in one day. It ain't going to happen.
Mm-mm.
And like this time of year, normally towards the end, I run through my contacts and I start, like, yo, that person's on the shit list. They're gone. Like start trying to clean out contacts, clean out duplicates. And I've been in that Gmail box 5 days in a row. I have thrown out like some 30 30,000 emails because, when you travel, you don't check it good. You like scan it real quick, put out any fires. That red number says something like 43,000 on my iPhone. And I was like, ew, that's not cute.
Yeah.
That's not cute at all. So now my Apple one says 1, and that's the email that I got this morning.
Mhm.
What do you say? Do we just say,
Yeah, I
I
don't
love
think
your
my name
white
has a
phones?
Greek origin.
No, and I was close to ordering a couple, but I always put it off for another month. Don't worry. Don't worry. Whenever you're ready, D, I will send it to you. I am having some crazy problems with international shipping just in case. But if you're in the US, it's easier. The international shipping part just got messed up because of tariffs, whatever. But if you need that, reach me on the DM and on Instagram right down there. Use that to DM me and we'll figure something out. But yeah, I'm more than happy to square your way. Appreciate
And
it.
I do have, if anybody in the US needs it shipped to them, I have a pink MV7 and pink Rode mic ones that are extras. So
Oh,
if
nice.
someone in the US needs them, I'm happy to send them to you.
Oh, so Dimitri is in Europe. Yeah, so Dimitri, DM me so we can figure out whatever is the easiest way to do it, and I will get it at you any way you want it. Any way
They're the
you want
best.
it, at the way you
That's
need
the
it,
way you
any
need
way
it.
you want it. Man, I've had the oh, you're in Cyprus. Dude, I want to come to Cyprus. That is on my list of places to win. That is cool. I want to go to Cyprus and I want to go to Santorini. Like ever since I seen oh my God, Meryl Streep. Um,
Mamma Mia?
There we go. She's so stupid. Why couldn't I get that out of my head? Ever since I
Mamma
see, like, I
Mia.
kind of want to go. I want to go to Santorini. Like, it just really pretty.
Here we go again. Yeah, and it's like as far as my name having Greek origins, if we go by big fat Greek wedding rules, right? Don't isn't everything of Greek origin?
True. True.
But not officially that I know of. But if there's a connection, I will accept it.
Yo, Paul says Santorini is great. See, it's funny. Like I like this, right? Santorini has great sunsets. You know what I see every single day out my window? Sunset. Like my window faces the sunset, which is why I got it actually. And I love to look at it every day. And this morning, because it's raining like crazy, and the sun's on the opposite end, I had rainbows over the harbor, like beautiful, beautiful rainbow over the harbor. And so it was thick and heavily colored today. Sometimes the rainbow is faint, but this joint was bright. And I was like, I should get up and take a picture. Nope. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
But it's cold. And also that's for you.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
That could be just for you.
I like that. I think I
Well,
need to practice that a little bit more. Like some of these things is just for us, right? I have a bunch of pics
yeah.
from camp and from Seattle, like our first dinner night when we were outside trying not to get in fights. Don't go out with Mary Lou.
Yeah.
She tried to get Doc in fights.
Oh my gosh. I cleared my throat and it was really bad. I was like, oh
That
no.
was super funny. But that I like, yeah, I kind of want to like share them because they're nice pictures. But I'm like, nah, that was just us. That's what happens in
Yeah, we
Seattle
shared
stays
in
in
our group
Seattle.
chat
Yeah.
and
And then me and Jill and Daniel and Mary Lou, we had a good burger that was way too huge for what time of night it was. but and I was the only one freezing. Everybody else is like, "Oh, this is nice out here," and I'm like, when I'm trying to eat my burger.
All right, so do we want to talk about like the work that we did together? We want to do any of that kind of stuff, or we
Yeah.
can talk about how when you come back, you got to work the way you can work. Because what I've been telling people, I'm like, if I can't get to my desk and I can't film at my desk, I need to film a different way, right? It's like
I
I don't
like
just
that.
tank it. So we got some options. What direction you want to go in?
I like the second one.
Hmm.
There is some things that we can learn about, like our time, working, like really actually physically same spot on a project. That was a little bit different from going to just go see stuff. That was really
Hmm.
cool. First of
Yeah.
all, listen, Mary Lou is the real deal Holyfield producer. Like, I mean, yo, fam, Mary Lou is the real deal. Some people walk around with their clipboard, and there's some people that will bush upside your head with a clipboard. Guess which one is Lou? Just to let you know. Yo, it was so good. Like she handled the business and like some of these creators that we were working with, like they're kind of big time. By the time it was over, they was asking Mary Lou for permission to breathe. It's not from a bad position. It's like the respect
Yeah.
level because you know what you're doing. You do it with a level of confidence that's like, this has to get done this way. Here, let's go. And I love that because a lot of people would be afraid to do that because they get too caught up in the, I hate to say celebrity, but that's the easiest way to explain it to someone who's not, standing in the thing. But they get too caught up in the essence of the person, right? The ability to look at somebody like PF Flyer and be like, you need to be here at this time and in the seat right here. Let's go. You're going to sit there. You're going to do your little area, whatever. And the ability to do things on the fly, make executive decisions, make changes. Like the plan isn't going right. Don't panic. Here's the next plan. Like I love seeing you do it because like I know how to do it, but I can't
Hmm.
always do that because I'm normally stuck on the tech side, which takes me out of production. So to watch the way you handled that, I think also ties into what you proposed for like coming back and your things. Yo, the way I sat down to do something the next day and realized that the Black Magic deck link was still upstairs in the suitcase, and I'm like scrambling to plug it back in. Yo, it became a Osmo Action 5 video and ain't nobody seen it. Ain't nobody said, hey, well, your camera changed. Not a single person. I couldn't. You don't even know what video I shot on the Osmo Action 5. You have no freaking clue. But I couldn't use the Sony because I left the deck link upstairs and I wasn't about to walk back up there and get it because I was jet lagged.
Yeah.
So you overthink it. So yeah, let's do that. I like that.
Yeah. But thank you for saying that. It was really fun to do. And there's a lot to that. But like I do feel really good about like making an executive decision at one point because it was like, should we not? Should we not? And I'm like, we are wasting time. We're cutting it. It's gone. But no, it's gone. We're not doing it. We're doing it this other way. And it was like dot dot dot. And then at the end, it was like, you know what? That was the better move. And I was like,
Told you.
because I'm standing in a different position than everyone else, right?
Yeah.
Like it's the thing that you have to understand when you are looking at the thing as a whole. Let everybody look at their pieces, but they don't see the whole thing. And like someone has to be the adult in the room, right? To say, it's fine, we can still party, but the party's gonna look a little different.
Like it. I really like it. That was good.
Yes.
Actually, that second day, when Jill and I got abandoned by Mary Lewis so she can go play with the dog, we was walking around the city, we was doing stuff, and she just could not. She's like, "Oh my god, like she's really." I was like, "I told you, fool, that's my homie." She's like, "Yeah, I knew, and I kind of know, like I've known her, but I didn't know." I was like, "I told you, like this is what it's about." And so we were like planning the next events or whatever, and so Jill is singing your praises. She came back and we were talking to Katie about it. She was singing your praises, like it's really good. And I, my bestie, but I like watching you work at something that allows you to shine at your fullest capabilities because everybody needs a chance to let their cape flex every once in a while. You know what I mean? Um, when we in Portsmouth, right? And it's freaking freezing to me. The rest of everybody else is cool. And Paul outside with their little clipboard and got like two buses going and be like, that bus, this bus, that bus,
Mm.
this bus, this bus, that. Who there? Where's Mike missing? Mike, get your ass over here. Put the car, like seeing Paul like do his little Paul action. You know what I mean? Like the flight attendant, but for the bus. Or the purser. That's what the word is called. The purser. The person that makes sure that every butt is in the right seat is called the purser. Like you see him Paul like be Paul, right? Like you it's a certain amount of, you know, such and such. Like watching Brandon do his presentation after all of the nerves and all of that, and then he come in there and knocks one out the park like he Big Poppy. Like I like to see my people get a chance
Yeah.
to like shine and bask in their own greatness for a second because it's so easy, especially as a creator, to second guess what you're
Mm.
dope at. You know what I mean? One of the people had asked Gretchen to show Gertrude to them, right? and she was outside explaining like what she did and like her little modifications and how she packed everything in the van or whatever. Yo, she might as well have been on a couple lines of coke because she was so high on explaining her process and her skills and like what she was able to do and like dealing with the dog and driving all the way across the country. And again, when you let people live in their light for a second, I think that's one of the greatest things. So big ups to
Well,
everybody
speaking
who
of
get a
living in
chance.
their light, with we coach a lot of the same people, right? We've got like you got two different teachers. We're in the same academy, and some of our people are shining so bright that at the like my in my group call at the end of last week, everyone had put their face on the internet that week, and I was just so proud of everyone because that doesn't happen every week. But everybody got their face on the internet, whether it was recorded or live stream or edited or not edited. Like everyone got their face on it, and like Gretchen has like stepped into this like kaleidoscope creator thing that I
Yeah.
feel like is truly, truly in line.
I heard
Like
about it
I'm
on
just like,
Saturday. AT
yes,
was like, that's a little something, something I came up with. And she was grinning. But it's such a good name for
yes,
Gretchen. Like it really
it's so
is.
good.
And AT even has her joint scheduled for tomorrow, and she did hers last week. And I'm like, oh, she coming through with it a couple weeks in a row. She out here doing her thing. So it's cool that you pushed them into this kind of thing. And it's something that we had talked about like 3 weeks ago before we went on our trip. Like you said it first, and I love the way you frame it. Like, aren't you tired of pretending like you don't know what you're doing? Right? Literally one of the best things that ever comes out of your face. And when I'm seeing people finally get it, like, you know what? Let me just throw it out here to see what's happening, right? I got a chance to have dinner with Ed, and Ed had been hiding in the cut for quite a long time. And then we got to go to dinner with Dina, and Dina was so sad that you didn't come. She was
I
so
was
sad.
sad. I was sad
She was
about
sad.
that.
But that's okay. We ate Din Tai Fung again. It was off the chain.
Again,
Them string beans don't play, bro. Them joints is so good.
you have that every day. It's
I
so
can eat
good.
that joint every day. But it's just one of those things to see. Like once you finally start, fam, like it really is. Momentum is your friend, bro. Like
Mm.
momentum is absolutely your friend, and it is so hard to understand the feeling of momentum while you're sitting there. And yesterday, Chris said something on Brandon Streams, which was like really, really potent. And it was like, when somebody comes at you sideways, which is going to happen to a lot of beginners, right? Because I don't know, people just feel the need to. But guess what happens? The bigger you get, the more people come at you. People definitely come at you sideways. I get some weird comments from now and then. But always, every time we check on one of those comments from the people that got something spicy to say, they ain't got no videos. Do you know how easy it is to tell Patrick Mahomes that he shouldn't have thrown that interception from the couch? If that sports ball reference don't make any sense to you, you know how
I know
easy
that one.
to be like, Taylor shouldn't have dropped this album. She should have added, the thing where she talk about this, this, and this. You know how easy it is to have these comments from the couch? You know how easy it is to
Hmm.
crack jokes about Swifties from the couch? Or to belittle K-pop demon hunters, which is one of the most incredible creator phenomenons in the planet. See, some of y'all think it's cute to crack jokes about that. But if you think about it from a creator standpoint and what this person was able to do to generate a global phenomenon, you watch a bunch of videos on how to go viral, which is dumb, and then got the audacity to sit around and crack jokes about K-pop demon hunters. That's not viral, bro. That joint is pandemic. That joint is
Yeah, that's
endemic.
something else.
It's
Yeah.
epidemic. Wait, that's a audio. By the way, get your epidemic sounds at the link below. No, not sponsored. Like yo, like for real. Like sometimes it's. I learned maybe like 20 years ago, to stop being mad at the billionaires. Because if you have an angry relationship with successful people, you will self sabotage your success because you don't want to be them. Now, I don't think that they're cute at all. I don't think they're doing good stuff at all. So, my goal is to catch up to them and change it. Not look at them from a standpoint of, F the billionaires, eat the oligarchs. I don't want to eat that. I'd rather be one. I'd rather be the dopest oligarch in the planet. I want to be the oligarch that shows up at high schools and pass out $10,000 racks to every kid come out of the school that day. That's what I would like to do. Just show up one day, big ass bag. We out here handing out racks for Halloween. Trick or treat, here's 10 bands. Trick or treat, here's 10 bands. Trick or treat, here's 10 bands. That's what I want to do. Anyway, let me put my soapbox away.
Okay. So we're actually going to go with momentum.
Okay.
I'm already building out the notion, so pull it up whenever you're ready.
Let's get it started. I like she said alignment. Raph said, I need momentum. Oh, girl.
And that's why we're going to talk momentum.
I have made a major switch in my life, and I didn't switch to Geico. I went Notion Calendar and Notion Mail, which works really good with Gmail. Works better with Gmail Workspace if you're on that game. And I am loving the integration. Oh my God. Becky, look at her butt. It is so good. Like the way that it's working. And then I got Notion AI popping. So yeah, y'all get ready. Notion November is going to be tight. All right.
Notion November.
Notion November. She said, momentum is everything.
Let them see the page. Let them see the page.
Everything is out of order, so give me a second if I have to readjust. I didn't have to readjust. It works. Oh my God, it works.
It was there.
Yay. Bingo. Okay. Momentum is everything. Everywhere. Everywhere. See? All right, there we go. This is cool. Go away. Beat it. All right. So then we can go in here. We can add things. So now listen. Well, we haven't put the we could take the custom instructions from the
and put them in here
and go to here and then take this personalized and see how I got Adidoc. That's my AI. It stands for
look at it.
Artificial intelligence dependent on creativity. Or yeah, something like that. I forgot what I said. Anyway, you could just change that to a different agent, and then you can make it the CU agent, and then change the little hat to a duck. Wait. Oh man, I lost my devil thing. Put it back.
No. Cancel. Just cancel out. Cancel out. Don't save.
I can't. If I press reset,
oh no,
it's gonna erase
over.
everything. Dang it. Oh man, I had my devil. I guess I'll wear that now. The devil one was funny because.
It was. That was the one.
That was the one. All right, this is cool. So yeah, we'll get into Notion AI later. It's kind of off the chain. Cool.
Yeah, that can be part of the build is transferring over or maybe rebuilding from scratch. Because we now we have more episodes than when we made that first one.
Yes. Oh,
right. So we need to kind of reassess
go in and adjust it. Right. Take some of the transcripts and add it. Yo, Raph, since you're here, and actually Mary Lou, since you're here, because you're both in the same ballpark, I made a video yesterday explaining that courses have hit the YouTube now.
Yes.
Okay, so for somebody like you and Raph who already have a course, you could take your, editing vertical video course that's already existed in Skillshare or whatever, and then peel it out and just throw it up into YouTube and then use it as a feeder back to your channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have uploaded my latest course, which was text-based editing. It's uploaded and I'm in the process of trying to play with the course builder, but you have to have all the videos public, Right. And that's just where I got stuck yesterday. That's as far as I got. So they're uploaded. I have the thing where you can make a course. And then I was like trying to add them in. But really cool. Do you know like if you can charge for them or if there's like
Yeah,
paywall or they're
there will
just a
be
playlist
paid
or what?
course available coming like now, I believe. So I think you can actually charge for them. I haven't got that far yet either, but I was just like, yo, the fact that that's
It's great.
cooking is off the chain. The fact that we can, we can collaborate now is off the chain. Like YouTube is making it too easy, and yet people are still making
Mm.
excuses. Yo, it's cracking me up. YouTube is legit
And let me
making it
tell you,
easy.
I'm like, forget everything else. I'm like YouTube 1,000%.
Yep, yep,
People were like, what's what are you doing on TikTok? What are you doing on Instagram? I was like, whatever I feel like, but
yep.
YouTube's
I
the
still
main
post
girl.
there, but I'm just posting because I have an extra second. But like the work is in YouTube.
Yeah. It's true. It's facts. It's facts. And then like the collaboration thing, once we get our episodes up in Creators Unstuck, and then like I like because so Doc takes the full episodes, and then I will take the full episodes and then clip them down, and then we can add us both as collaborators from the Creators Unstuck page. Like the ecosystem is there.
It's just out here. It's kind of crazy.
Just be ready.
It's
Be ready
crazy.
to shit
Be
on these
ready.
hoes.
Yes. Okay, so momentum is
Let's go.
everything. Let's go. Why momentum beats motivation every time? I actually made that video, so actually I like that title because I think it's super important. Um, the secret to consistency isn't what you think. Momentum over perfection, create anywhere. I think the first one is probably the most because I think people still think that they got to be motivated to make a video, and I think some of my best videos come out in the days where I have zero motivation. Like it's really weird because when you have zero
Yeah.
motivation, you're dependent on the thing that's really real to you, your heart. All you can do
Yep.
when you're not feeling it is speak from the heart. It's why pancit or fried rice or goulash or all these things are just good. Cause like honestly, mom's went in the kitchen. She's a little bit angry because there's nothing to eat. She got to go dig through the leftovers in the freezers and whatever vegetables is about to die. And so all she can do is cook with skill and heart. And them joints off the hook. That's why now every culture's trash food is quote unquote gourmet delicacies at this point. Because the pretentiousness gets thrown out the window. Like, it's hard to buy oxtails in New York now. Everybody used to laugh at Jamaicans, Africans, Puerto Ricans, Chinese, Japanese for eating oxtail soup, and now oxtails is expensive. Free bones from Whole Foods is now 18 bones a pound. It used to be free. You just go in there, hey man,
Right.
let me get a cow thigh.
You get some.
They're
Yeah.
like, there you go. And they would cut it up for you and then just take it home and you was good. Now they want 18 bones a pound for the bone, which is heavy. That's funny I said 18 bones a pound.
18 bones for the bones. The to in case anybody's never seen what we're doing, we collaborate on a Notion. So both this is a live Notion document that both of us can look at and both of us edit as we prep for the show that we're going to film right now. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh, it's so complicated to do a show, especially with somebody, it's really not. You just got to find the system that works for you both.
Yeah, yeah.
So this like
And
stays
it's a
open and we
easy,
like communicate with each other.
it's an easy collab tool. I just like it a little bit better than Google Docs. And now that it has, AI connectivity to it, what can happen is as you build up your base, you and your friends got certain language that exists between you two and nobody else. Well, like it will understand that stuff, right? It will start to build character along with you. Stevie said, man, my voice is being dirty today. Stevie said, what's the verdict on the best approach to collaborations? Does it air on both channels? Yes, it airs on both channels. But it doesn't have to. It doesn't matter. Like what happens is you get the my brain is going to make words. What happens is you get the discovery for both people. See, the idea of it airing on both channels is still based on the concept of a number of views makes this video validated. And it's not it. It's about the people saying, "Hey, I like this person. I want to see more of what they have." So that video, that is the collab video, makes you go click on that person and then you go find out. So I'll give you a prime example. I'm in YouTube the other day and I'm watching, there's a guy, he goes by the name of Global DJ. And what he does is he's sitting there, always got his hat on, he's always got his head down, and he's just bopping to some DJ's little set or intro or mashup, whatever they're doing. And when he makes his videos on YouTube, IG, he always, actually, he's on YouTube now too. He always tags the other DJ. So he'll be like DJ Global plus DJ Mary Lou Mandel. And then you listen to the bop and you're like, oh man, that's fire. So then you click on DJ Mary Lou Mandel and you go to her page and you pop through another couple of her videos. And I want you to pay attention to that. You pop through another couple of her videos and you're like, oh, dope, dope, dope. Subscribe. Because now I want to see whatever she makes because I'm liking what she creates. I think the miss is going to happen because there are going to be creators who want to get a collab. Let's say right now, I could get you a collab with Marquez. And you're like, yes, because this is going to get me some subs. And so there's going to be a video that says MKBHD plus Stevie Wicks. And they're going to see your collab and they're going to hear what you got to say. And they're going to be like, damn, this man is dope. They're going to click on Stevie Wicks and there's 5 videos. I got nothing to subscribe to.
You're like, what was this?
What was it?
What
You
was
know
the
what I'm
point of
saying?
this?
If you got a
Yep.
chance to cook at a Michelin star restaurant and they're featuring Chef Paul from UK/Portugal, and they be like, hey man, where is your restaurant? Oh, I ain't got none. Yo, it's not it's not gonna work, bro. It's not gonna work. So yeah, collabs are dope, but you're gonna want to make sure you got. Hey, I'm just using the example, Stevie. No, that's using Stevie's like, no, no, no. I got content. No, I'm just saying it's a perfect example though. And Rich, I don't think when collabs have its own separate tab on YouTube. So if you have marked it as a collab, you've already given YouTube the okay about the duplicate content, so it doesn't show up on the duplicate content situation. So there
But
is
the
a
collab isn't a duplicate content.
no, not yet, but they're going to do collab streams coming up soon.
Yeah. So you can do like oh, I get what you're saying, where it would show up on both channels.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And isn't that just going to be on in the YouTube backend? It's one file. It just is showing up on both channels, so it's not necessarily a duplicate.
Yeah, let me double check the one that we did.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So yeah, but like with the collabs right now, like this live stream is on Doc's channel, and then Doc can add me and send me the link to accept as a collaborator. So my name will be underneath the live stream, underneath the video file, but it's not on my analytics as part of my content. But there's a tab of my collaborations that'll show up.
Yeah, because I got collaborations from Katie. Here, let me see. Yeah, so the 3 episodes that I did with Katie. Does this work? No. Damn you. Damn you. Let's go Siffery. All right. The 3 episodes that I did with Katie and then the episode I did with you is showing up here in my collaborations. However, they're not on my channel. So if I go to my channel, and you know what? There might be a collab button up in here one day soon too. So,
If you go to edit your channel, and you know how like you can do like for you, or
oh,
and then you
shut
can do
up. You
your
can add
shorts and
it?
your live streams. Yeah, you
Shut
can add
up.
that one there. See, it's too small. I can't see where you're at.
Yeah, it's not the right spot. you gotta go back to your channel, and then you gotta say edit this page, customize
Yeah,
channel.
manage. Yeah, customize the channel. Yeah. That's the one. And then the second tab, that is that one. Yes. And then down
Yes.
at the bottom, yeah, or you can
Scroll,
like
scroll.
find
Yo, there it
collaborations, and
is.
then you can
Up, up,
pop
up,
it
up,
up.
up, 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 up. Go, come here, come here. Don't be like that.
Yes.
Don't be like that. Don't be like that.
Oh, right,
Go.
Rich. Like when people use Restream, one channel is the host, and then like the pair situation. Like you'll get you might get a notification that says it was a duplicate, but hopefully if you're a guest, then you can say it's cool. Right.
There we go. Publish. Go to the channel. Yeah, so there's a live. There's our members. Look at all you pretty people. Look, there's Paul, his big ass head. There's the start here, right? Oh, I did it. I want to move this December one down.
Yeah, it might not have updated yet.
Oh, wait, I might gotta hit the
It
refresh.
takes a couple seconds.
It takes a few minutes to update.
Tell them to update faster. Okay, it didn't update yet, but it will be there. But yeah, I see collaborations is on the bottom. Oh, I have to rearrange this anyway because I got to put post up a little bit higher. But yeah, that's cool. That is cool. All right, now we know how to do
Right.
it.
So if like I have videos on the Ecamm channel, right? That's on their channel. And if they add me as a collaborator, it'll show up in my collaboration thing list, but they're not videos that are in my content library of like my videos.
Hey, you know who be messing with the channel all the time? He's in the chat right now, and he could probably go do
Is
that
that a
while we
request?
do it. He was gonna say he could probably do that while we doing this.
Oh, is it Paul that runs that? Do you know how to do it, Paul?
I do.
Yeah. Will you add me?
Yep.
We just go to content, and then we can go to like a recent short which you had did, and let's see, where's Mary Lou's head? It's in here somewhere. Hey, there's Brandon. All right, so look, we can take this Brandon joint, right, and then we can go to edit, and then you can scroll down, and I remember the collaborator joint is down here somewhere. Collaboration, so you can go invite as a collaborator, and then you can search for the channel, and you can see REATIVE, fam, live, bingo, and then you can create the link. The dumb part is you gotta click this and share it. So unfortunately, Paul,
They don't get like a
while
notification
you're
or
doing the
anything.
work,
You
should
gotta
just
actually be friends.
Yeah, get a document and just paste all of these in and send that link to Lou. She got to go click every one of them. Unfortunately, it doesn't immediately do that. But I was gonna go in and add all of mine. So yeah, simple.
I think it's going to be really good for so we've got the Creators Unstuck channel, which is pretty empty right now. But
fault.
when we start to work on it and grow, well, we've been building the seasons, right? So, once we unleash that on the world, all of those uploads on the Creators Unstuck channel, we can add both Doc and I as collaborators. And then those videos get shown to our audience to get eyes onto that new channel.
Right.
So I think it's really good for, those of us that just can't stick to one channel. We got so many ideas, but we need to we be somewhere else. Alicia's laughing at me because we were just talking about this yesterday. She saw all of my YouTube channels. Doc, how many YouTube channels do you have? Even active, not active?
Well, okay, I take that back.
If we go to your Switch profiles, there's not 10 different ones.
Yeah, there's a lot. But those are because I'm also manager for channels. But let's get honest. Let's go see what we really got. The reality is there's more. I was thinking about something differently. Anyway, let me save that.
Right. Not how many you're actually
yeah, because you did say
running,
not active. All right, so
yeah,
my ones I actually
that's what mine looks like.
Well, Capsule, I mean, I'm just a manager. But yeah, the rest of these, except for Ecamm, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of them are just throwaway
Sometimes
channels.
I just start channels.
Yeah.
To because I have the idea and I just need to scratch the itch and nothing ever happens, but I just needed to do it.
Needed to do it. Right. I'm with that. I'm totally with that. And so we're talking to the crew. Ooh, not me. her. I was talking to the Korea the other day about like when I go to Japan, because I kind of want to prove my concept again. I'm going to not necessarily make a new channel. I just might take one of the throwaway channels and flip them. But I'm going to make some voiceover style. This is me just doing what I'm doing when I'm doing it. I sent you the video, right? I don't know how much of it did you watch. Did you watch what B was talking about? When him and Nolan were doing the interviews?
Yes. When he was interviewed with
So I'm
what's
thinking
his
about
face?
doing
Yes.
something like that with my Japan trip because I got 2 weeks and it's just me and the kid and the 2 old ladies. And then my buddy Blake and his wife and my other niece Ayami's coming. So like we're gonna have like the full ass Griswold's family Christmas, but it gives me a chance to represent to y'all in something that you can watch while you're cleaning house and not really have to pay attention. Why Japan is a creative reset to me. So it'll be a lot of scenery with the occasional chime in. Like when I stand in here, the feeling that becomes awashed is this. And this is why. Blah, blah, blah. Like it might be some ethereal, that mother high. That's what you might think. Drugs are illegal in Japan in a big way. But, you'd be like, I didn't know this motherfucker was sensitive. But Japan hits me different, right? So I might do some confessions of a Japanophile. I hate to use the word file in anything nowadays, thanks to the never mind Epstein files. But it is one of those things. Man, Juju, listen, I don't forgive you for running over my toes last week. I was teasing last week, and I was like, yo, you gotta be careful. Juju would just run over your toes. She don't give a damn. She'd be like, I'll take you out. And so that's our inside joke for Juju. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah.
All right, let's get this episode going.
Yes.
We got lots to cover.
Oh, I really do like this. Different thumbnails. Yeah, that is awesome. I think YouTube is going to figure it out the more we play with it. So this is why it's important. This is why it's important that y'all try these. My video today, it was about you got to try these features when they come out so that the platform can do what you want. What everybody does, platform makes a new feature. Everybody bitches about the new feature to each other, but they don't really use it. And they don't also send feedback to the channel so they can take that feedback and make it what you want. They just like, it's more fun to bitch. And I'm like, that's not helpful, dog. It's not helpful at all. All right, anyway, back to work. All right, let's see. I know this might sting a little, but aren't you tired of not? Let's see, there she go with the aren't you tired again?
Aren't you tired?
I'm tired, bro. I ain't lying.
It's like, I kind of am tired.
Yo, it catches me. It catches me when I catch myself slipping. And I have to put my own foot in my own ass. First of all, my knees don't do that no more. But it normally sounds like, dude, ain't you tired of like, dealing with this? Like, this is stop what you're doing and get this shit put away. Or, get this, whatever. Yep. Right? I was cooking the other day and I just noticed that the spice cabinet was, you done lost your damn mind. Because when I'm gone, the small person puts everything back in the cabinet and she don't put it back the way my Virgo puts it back. So luckily I was making soup so I could just turn it all the way down for a second. I get out my little stool and all the spices out, all the spices back in freaking order. Because at some point in time, you've done that. You've gone to your car, you opened all 4 doors and you pulled everything out into the driveway. You like, I can't ride like this no more. We don't love men's no more. It was just like that. So everybody has had that. So I love that aren't you tired situation. 100%. Man,
we've been so out of practice, I forgot my rapid fire question.
No, she didn't.
I did. I totally forgot. Like it's been over a month, right?
Yeah. We was on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. That's actually, oh my God, this question is good. Let me just purple it.
Where are you at? What are you looking at?
No, I'm just doing quotes.
On the questions of the
I'm
day.
not
I
quote.
see.
I say quotes. It's code D's.
The quoted,
The code D's.
QOTD, quotes.
All right. These are very true. The myth of motivation, right? The performer versus strategist. Oh, this is my fight right here. This is my internal fight right here. This is going to trigger me.
Yes.
I might cry today, people.
She came ready. I got up early. I'm on a second coffee.
Yo, I might cry today. Yo, I found your book for $5. I texted it to you late,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
might have been asleep. But that second
Okay.
link that looks like it's the same as the first link, it's a $5 link to the
Okay.
book. And it's in Texas,
Good.
so they'll get it to you.
All right.
But because it's so cheap, they probably send it book freight, which means it's going to take a while,
It
like
might take a minute.
3 weeks to get there. But hey, it's $5.
I'm gonna call a couple of the used
local
bookstores in
joints?
town. Like I feel like,
Yeah.
just see if they have it on hand, and then if not, I'll order it there. I found like the original of Imposter Syndrome. It's actually Imposter Phenomenon, and I'm like, just because I'm on this thing of like I'm going to deprogram you, I need to figure out where it started getting programmed.
100%. And again, somebody misquoted the paper. And I've even said before, I've always said that Dr. Pauline Rosencrantz, or Dr. Rosecrantz, she put out this paper, and she had a whole test for it in the whole 9 yards. But like, ain't nobody taking the test. They just claiming they got something. No one took the SIPS test, not a single one of them. But they on the internet talking about they got it. I'm like, shut up. Like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah. And it's like because it's fun to have a collective identity, right? But that's like LGL crew, right? Video Creators Club. And then people are like, we're the Imposter Syndrome posse, whatever it is, but let's re-identify.
Imposter Syndrome posse. I love it. Yo, I like this where AC said, aren't you tired of consuming and not creating? I definitely get, this is going to sound funny as well. Even in this season, to coin a young people's phrase, even in my hot girl create a video every day era, when I see some of the more in-depth, long-form content, I actually have a little blitz of envy. Because I'm like, yo, here's a video that I wish I could gone deeper on, but I don't have the time to go deeper on. So what I didn't do, my bad, I didn't like earmark those so that when I go back to doing, longer joints, that I could do longer joints. But I will have to go figure those out. Yo, B, it's not really a class thing, but I can show you. And since you in the neighborhood, Foolio, just come to my office. I will show you how we do it. In the beginning, though, if you go back to like the first couple episodes, we did it when we were building this. And it's not really a class per se, but yeah, it's really helpful. And we just did this blindly, but it turns out I was looking in the template library yesterday on Notion's template section, and there are some for planning a podcast or planning a thing or signing up for guests and all the above. They have some templates that are there. I like to duplicate those templates into my space and take them apart and copy and paste the parts I like into a new page and delete the pages I don't like. Because some things, you get a template like it don't fit your script, but I can show you where it exists. Let me pop over to the browse real quick. And then go to Notion, Notion.com. If you do SO, it takes you to your page. If you do com, it takes you here. So you go up into Chia, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then we want to go to templates right here. And they're classified, right? They're classified by all types, but you just go up in here and type podcasts. Bingo. It has an orange microphone, so you know you're in the right spot. And now here's a podcast guest CRM. Here is a podcast episode organizer with an S. Sometimes people put a Z. It depends on whether you're from this side of the pond or that side of the pond. Here's Plan My Podcast. So you can look at a couple of these and just pull them in. And normally what I'll do, a podcast organizer, kawaii, right? you can bring these suckers in. This is all made by the same person. Yeah, I can tell because they have the same level of cuteness. But I bring in a couple and then like dissect them a little bit, make some decisions, and then just copy and paste the sections you want to your own, and then try to rebuild them so that you learn how to build them. So the way I learned how to do Notion terribly was I would take a template and dissect it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how, and I learned that from Kat. Kat told us take a template and dissect it, but don't just use a template straight because it won't have your feel to it and it'll break you because you're trying to plug your values into something that's not how you think. I think that's how she said it. Kat's way smarter at that. Way smarter at that than me. All right.
And then like the one that we built, Surf Chronic, was just our basic format, and then we have refined it over 37 episodes now.
Yeah, just keep adding to it. And so now if we wanted to, I could duplicate this page and I could tell Notion AI, can you prettify this up? So
it's ugly.
It's ugly. But it was literally just, to get the work there. But if you want something cool, you can do it that way. If you just need it to be messy but workable, you know what I mean? It's like Brady knows there's the people with the really cute swanky surfboards, they ass can't surf. Then you see the one that's beat up, shaped in the basement, glassed by your uncle, and those people can surf their ass off. So same thing. Cute templates sometimes just mean, you're really good at making cute templates. That's cool. All right, I'm ready.
All right, I'm ready too.
I can do it from.
We could talk like this forever. That's why sometimes it's like we can just hang.
Right? I like it.
There's always so much to cover. But I'm starting my Tuesday, Thursday live streams again this today, so we can't be on here forever.
It's the season.
Yes.
Contact.
You're gonna hang out with me in the studio. I was like, I gotta clean the studio, but I'm gonna live stream, so I'll have to do it.
Oh,
sit with
that's
me while I clean.
Smart. You're gonna live stream yourself cleaning the studio.
Yeah, I mean, I did that before, right? Remember, like trying to fix my Rodecaster and just plugging in cables underneath, and it just shows. It makes me do it. It's like you got someone who's working with you. Like everybody's like, "Wow, you're a mess," and I was like, it can be like that.
Well, the thing is, like, imagine the people with really cute studios that ain't doing shit though.
They're lying.
You know what I'm saying?
They did it for the picture.
Right? Right?
I will show you for real.
That's what I'm talking about.
I said, doing the best we can.
Doing the best that we can. Okay, let's go. Let me breathe this out.
All right.
I'm gonna stop the recording real quick. Okay, I'm ready. Record all the broadcasts.
Okay.
Counting it down in 5, 4.
I want to hold your hand while I say this to you because it's probably going to hurt your feelings. But aren't you tired of not doing when you know exactly what you need to be doing? And if you are still waiting for motivation, like this is not the place for motivation. If you're looking for more information, we got information, but that isn't really what's stopping you. And if you're looking for someone to validate your idea before you start, you're just going to keep waiting, and we don't want that for you. So today, Doc and I are going to lovingly shove you into action so you can actually get some momentum. Welcome to Creators Unstuck.
I'm just here for the shoving. Yo,
we're back, you guys. We're back.
It's been a long time. Listen, you said something just now that just sparked something in my brain. A couple days ago, I made a video explaining how much the brain really likes evidence. And so the reason why your brain be trying to tell you not to do something is it's trying to protect you, right? And if it had the evidence that what you're about to do could absolutely make you 10 grand this week, your brain would be like, knock it out, right? Which is why people get into doing dumb things like stealing diamonds from the Louvre. That's
Oh
not how
my
you say.
gosh.
That was crazy. Because they did it. And now their brain is like, oh, you did it. Let's go rob someplace else. They will get caught.
Right.
They will get caught because they will
Listen,
get
that's going to be a
greedy.
YouTube channel somewhere. Somebody, it's
Bro,
going to be like Mr. Beast. And they're like, Mr. Beast, we stole diamonds from
how
the
did we
Louvre.
steal diamonds from the Louvre? Like, but you know, what happens is the reason why we all get in planes to this day like it ain't no thing, because our brains had the evidence that it was possible. But back when Orville Rickenbacker and Wilbur was up in North Click, you know, trying it, Daytona, trying it, everybody was like, man, them fools are simple. Humans can't fly. But now we've seen so many other
They're doing
people
it.
jump in there. You know, Rich is laughing at the way I said the Louvre. It's the Louvre. I know how to say it. I just think it's funny. But the reason why we jump in there with no problem is because it's a thing. Like, yo, I was on the internet when it took a lot of work to be on the internet. Like, I was on the internet with a Wise 20 terminal and a Hayes Trailblazer modem, and there's no pictures. It's just green or orange, depending on which monitor you had. But it was green and black or orange and black. That's it. There ain't no 16 colors. There ain't no 30. It wasn't even 4 colors yet. It was 2. And so I was on the internet way back then. And everybody else was like, that's crazy. Why would you do that? What a waste of time. You should be doing something else. You should find a girlfriend. Like, literally, these are the things that was said. And now look, every one of the people out here right now panicking yesterday when they couldn't get on half the sites they wanted to get on. Like, Pornhub is down. What do I do now?
Anything else, friend?
Anything else, my friend? Yeah, exactly. So you had mentioned this thing, and it was like, you know, the only way to prove to yourself that you can do this is to actually do it, though, right? You can't prove to yourself on paper. Columbus ain't got here drawing a picture of the rest of the world. That idiot had to get in the boat when nobody else wanted to get in the boat. He had to convince the queen to let him get in the boat. And she was like, nah, you're going to lose all my money. He was like, come on, girl, just let me go. Otherwise, I have to show these pictures to your husband. They didn't have cameras yet. But, like, yes, Mike, it was 300 baht, dog, 100%. It was 300 baht. Like, just when you click something on the internet and you went to go get something to drink. Red Bull wasn't even out yet. Like, we only had Mountain Dew, Jolt, and there was one other one that was heavily caffeinated soda, which I forget right now. But we had Mountain Dew, Jolt.
Like Splurge?
Splurge! That's, dude, I had the Splurge Cadillac. Coke gave me the green Splurge Cadillac. I drove that thing around for a year. We were
Is
the
that what it's
test
called?
market for Splurge. Yes, 100%, because I had the car. It was a gigantic green Cadillac. Or Chevy.
Surge.
It was Surge.
Surge.
Not Splurge, Surge.
Yes.
Why did I
Yeah.
Oh my
But I
God.
said Splurge. but
Oh,
that's what we're going to do on Black Friday.
Oh, 100%. You never know. Right? So, yo, talk about phenomenal. Yes, Surge was the joint. So, yeah, if
That's
you go
right,
back
that's
and
right.
you think about it, like, your brain really does need this evidence. So we're going to show you how to get the evidence, bro. Because I need to come up for a name for this. I don't have my own personal name for it. I believe there probably is a scientific name for it, but my brain don't like that. My brain likes embiggen, right? So, and here's the process. And you've been here. Okay, so I got to make this video. And you sit down, knuckles cracked, jaw ready. Me. Peter Piper picked the peppers. You ready to go? And you can't get it out. You're like, but. Okay, let me try again. You can't get it out. All right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the YouTube for inspo. So you're going to pull up a Tom Buck. You're going to pull up a Photo Joseph. You're going to pull up a Brandon Washington, a Marquez Brownlee, or whatever. And now you're, okay, I got it. I'm ready. And you come back, and you still can't find that groove. Stella is not coming by your house. She's not coming for the creator booty call. You're still trying to get it out. I can't do it. So you get mad. And now you beat yourself up like Tyson. Why can't you do this, dummy? You know what you're doing. Why can't you talk today? Why can't you get this video out? You're lazy. You're never going to be a good creator. You suck. You ugly. You fat. They would like your video if you wasn't black. Like, you got all these dumb shit you say to yourself. And then you're like, all right, whatever. So you put the video away. You walk away. The next day, you come back, you start watching some more crap on the internet, and you get inspired again, and you sit down, you try it again, you still can't fight it. And it just becomes an Ouroboros. You're just going around in a circle, and you never come out of that spiral. When you stuck, sometimes the dumbest thing you can do is go look at somebody better than you. Yo, nothing like being broke and stepping out to the club where everybody else got paid. That's a terrible night. Unless you're really cute and you get a sugar mama or a sugar daddy.
And then you make that part of your night, right?
Yeah. Wait, I gotta be.
That's a different game, though.
Why Paul laughing when I said that part? Paul, stop snitching on yourself. Ho.
Paulie never had a problem. Listen,
Like,
when you're that cute.
Hey, girl, what's your name?
Oh.
So yeah, like,
all right.
So like, how do we give them that next step to like just get it twisted when you don't feel like twisting?
Right. So, right. And it's like, what is that step? Like the question for you, for everyone, what's one small action that you can take today to start building momentum? My thing is go make a video, right? Like that's what we want to do. You have to do it, right? But what we find is a lot of people are like, but I'm not motivated. I don't feel like it. And like, listen, I understand. Like there's times that I don't feel like it. And that is the best it can be. But can you twist it to I don't feel like doing it that way? Like I didn't feel like crawling over everything in my office in order to make a video. So I took my phone in the car and made a video. You don't feel like it in that way, but can we do it a different way where you can execute? Right? Because what I know about me as a content creator, and I see for most other people, is that this is what we think about all the time. So truly, I truly think we have to be doing it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking about it all the time, thinking about it all the time. But like if you're hungry and you don't eat, eventually you're going to starve. You're going to make yourself sick. It's going to be a problem. If you are a video creator and you are that in your heart and you don't make the videos, I personally like start to glitch out. So I find other ways to do it. It's the actual doing that makes the difference. Motivation is like whatever, right? Motivation isn't going to be the thing that makes a difference for you. That's not a step. Motivation isn't a step. It's like what is that? It's like a vibe. You can't do motivation, right?
You can't do motivation. I like that. You can't do motivation. Yeah, dude, that's super funny. Mary Lou accepted the collaborations because Paul been doing stuff in the background. Okay,
listen, we've been working.
Look, I want to show you something. I'm going to show you something real quick. And I just want to try this just to give you an idea of when you're not feeling it, how to do this. Okay, I'm going to crack open the IG. I'm not even going to edit this, right? I'm going to just crack open IG. All right, so bang. And then I'm going to hit the plus button, all right? And then I'm going to put on the camera. So there's the camera, right? Well, y'all can't see the camera, but look, there's my hands. I'm live. All right, listen, we're going to do this. We're going to do this as a reel. Bingo. Fam, I got my tickets to Japan booked. I'm super excited. But I'm doing a live stream right now with my homie Mary Lou. Look, she's in the camera back there. Wait, I can't even find her. There she is somewhere. And we are talking about what to do when you got to make content and you don't know what content to make. So what I'm telling them is you just go to the gram and you ask the people a question like this. If you ever been to Japan or you're thinking about going to Japan, what is a question that you have that you haven't seen an answer for? I'm putting this out there right now. You send me your questions. I will make a video to answer each and every one of them. And if I don't know the answer, then we both gonna look dumb. But that's okay. I'm cool with it. So here's my video. I'm asking you, chat, What is it that you want to know about Japan? I'm in the mood to make some content. Let's freaking go. Done. Right? Watch how much I edit. Next. Fam, I got my... Next. I got a question. I got a question. Bingo. Am I worried about the algorithm? Algorithm. Do I care? No. Sent. I guarantee you I will get... I could have put the little bubble. What are your questions? I ain't did none of that. Done. Now you made some content. That is momentum. That simple ass video is momentum. I didn't even get to look at the teleprompter part right. What I should have did was flip the camera over. But oh, I didn't get it right. Let me do it again. No. You got to flip it and rip it. You know what I'm saying? You got to flip it and rip it. That's like in golf, right? We say grip it and rip it. You know, it's really
right. And this is something
thing.
like that, like Doc knows about me from seeing me out in the wild. It's like, I'll just make the video. I'll just make a video. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. Like, it's fine.
Dude.
Is anybody going to say anything like you didn't film this one at the desk? No. The ones that they like the best are the ones you did sitting on the toilet anyway, right? Like, it doesn't matter. You have to make something because that is what's going to strengthen the skill of actually doing. This imposter syndrome situation, right? I've been talking about this. I feel like the root is fake it till you make it, and people are faking it till they make it, right? Which is like, okay, that's like where we start, but then they're not actually doing. But when you start to do it, then are you faking, right? So this is my way of proving to people, you're not an imposter if I can get you to actually start doing. So once you're actually making videos, then maybe you're not an imposter. But if you're not making your videos, maybe you are an imposter. Like, I don't know your life. Are you just pretending like you're a content creator and you're not creating? Maybe.
Yes.
But if we get you to actually start uploading, then you can't argue with me, right? Or you can try, but I got fire behind that one.
Listen,
I got fire behind that
Mike
one.
has a really good point, and I agree with this. I've gotten into the habit of turning on the studio, sitting in the chair, sparking up the camera and the mic to get into the mindset. Then I figure out what I'm going to make, and I reverse the process. I've totally done that on the days when I'm not there, right? And so here's also a good one. Make a video about not feeling like making a video. I've said that 100 times. It's like, I am supposed to be making content right now and I ain't feeling it. So you know what I'm doing instead? Making coffee. That's funny because 100 people watch that video feel exactly that. You have been supposed to be writing that paper and you on your 5th rating Call of Duty. That's the content. I'm supposed to be doing this paper. I'm playing Call of Duty. Somebody stop me. Boom. That's the content, right? And to Mary Lou's point, I just did a video, and I'm not making this into an ad, but I highly suggest you watch it on the channel, and it's called Make It Until You Make It. Because the problem with faking it is some people keep faking. They get done, they made it, but they still faking it because they didn't realize when to turn the faking off. So how about you make it until you make it? Family, I'm about to make this here ugly ass video, but this is what I want to say. And then you're going to come back. Last week, I tried to tell y'all this. It did not come out right. Let me readjust it and say it again. Here we go. Nobody cares, bro. Some people are going to watch you the 5th time you say it and be like, okay, now you nailed it. Thank you. Because sometimes you need to hear the same thing over and over again. For those of y'all who quit smoking, how many times did you had to get took and told to quit smoking before you actually quit? There you go. Your readers, your viewers need to know over and over again to not heat up the pan before they put in the olive oil. They need to know to put the olive oil in the cold pan and then turn it on. It changes the flavor of the food. I just made that up. Don't ask me if that's true or not. I'm just using an example. Somebody could be like, no, Doc, you're wrong. I was just throwing out an example. I don't know what you make. Speak up. Holler in the chat what you make. You know what I mean? Maybe we can give you an example that matches what you're thinking. right? But if if there is a tip, okay, I'm gonna give you a good one. My homie Rich is in the chat. Love you, Rich. One of my favorite people in the world. Rich makes really cool stuff like this. So if you got a company and you need to make some promos or some premiums or whatever, and you need like a couple thousand of them joints by Christmas, too late. Rich needed you to get them in September. I'm joking. Maybe he can pull out a magic. He can pull out a magic. But if I needed a whole bunch more of these that say Creators Unstuck, I'm gonna say, okay, Rich, here is the file. It's in the PNG format. And Rich gonna be like, got you. I can work with this a little bit, but I kind of wish you had the vector. And I'll be like, oh, what's the vector? So Rich's tip would be, guys, you know I'm in this business, but if you got your logo and you haven't already had it converted into vector, here's 3 companies that will convert it into a vector for you. The price will be between $25 and $100, but absolutely get your logos converted into vector. You're going to want an AI, a EPS, a PNG, a PS file, a PDF file, and a JPEG, and a TIFF. And black and white versions of all the same. So if you haven't done this process already, you think about buying some premiums, go get this work done and put them in a safe place. Store them in a place that you can grab them, easily recoverable, backed up somewhere online like Google Drive. Dude, that's a 15, 20-second video. That would be go. Rich said, ain't too late. So if y'all need to buy something, hit up Big Rich Promotions, bro. He got you. He says, not too late. You're good. You're good. But like, I used to always have to like remind my clients, I was like, yo, we converted the vector last time. Like, yeah, but we lost it again. So I started buying them a SD, not an SD, a little stick. And then I would just put I would get it converted again. I'd put it on a stick and I'd be go put these in places and I'll keep a copy, but I'm charging you $25 to store it on my server. And they were like, 25, like you lost it 3 times. And every time you come in to get work done, I got to go find the file. It's a pain in the butt. So yeah, I would charge them for effing up. You know what they stopped doing? They stopped losing the file. Super simple, right? But like, that's the kind of stuff that you need to, Bo said, I use Spirit Art for vector conversion. Now, there's one of the ones on the list. So, you know what I mean? I use Sigma Graphics. Okay, now you got 2. But listen, you can do these and you have some tips that you need, right? That somebody needs. Okay, so my homie AT, she's like, I don't know what to make. She's going to go in her room and she's going to find a notebook that they gave us at Podcast Movement. It was a freebie. It's probably sitting around untouched because everybody gave out notebooks. And she's going to take this notebook and she's going to put a sticker on the front and be like, this is my Black Girl Magic quote book. Every time I see something online or I see a short video on Instagram or I see some sister talking and she says something phenomenal, I'm going to write it down in this book. So when it's sitting on my computer, so when I'm sitting at my desk, and somebody comes out their mouth sideways, or I'm having a bad day, or I'm not feeling it, I yank this book out and I read a couple pages of Black Girl Magic. And then I add my thoughts. I put it back. This is my save me from slap the shit out of somebody book. AT, I need to see that video, family. That's the one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just thought of that myself. I just made that up. Shit, I need to do one for myself. You know what I mean? Like, this is where you go when you need to get back in your get right. You know what I mean? Like, when you catch one of those quotes you see on Instagram and they're really cute, write them joints down in a book somewhere. Because you can't find that Instagram thing when you need to hear it. So when I say stupid...
There it is. There's a notebook.
Right? When I say you don't... I don't know who need to hear this, but if it was you, let me know in the comments. Yo, write down the stuff what I said. Put it right there on your desk. Reference that junk. Like, that's how you get your momentum going, right? You're not looking for motivation. You're looking for validation. That's what you're really looking for. You're looking for somebody to tell you that going to be all right, Kendrick.
And we are going to be all right, but you have to do things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where, this performer versus strategist situation comes in. Okay, so this is the thing. Some of us love strategy. I would argue to say all of us love the strategy, and we're very good at. Oh, hello, Clip. The at the
Oh,
looking up
only
of
hey
things,
Lou.
right? We're very good at the planning of the things. We're very good at the ideation of the things because we've practiced that. We can practice that all day long, every day, very strong. But the performance part, the actual doing part, is the part that we are scared of because it's not as practiced. Now you think back before we were like in school and before we were getting to educate ourselves. We would just do. We want to learn how to walk. We would walk. We didn't have to watch YouTube videos to walk. We didn't. We saw by watching other people, yes. We get to practice. We have to build up the muscles. But there's not the thing that we feel now as adults of like, well, I need to watch like 5 courses and get all of the books and watch everything on this YouTube channel before I walk because you're a kid, right? You're like, you don't know fear until something hurts you or,
Little
you're
kid
conditioned
would
into
jump
that.
off the
That
steps
doesn't come up at
like
first.
it's cool. Little kid would jump off the steps
Whee!
with no idea that they're gonna bust their ankle until they finally bust their ankle. Then they don't jump off the steps no more. Most of what you learn
Right.
as a kid because you did something dumb.
Right. So, but that's like, but you're in a performance mindset. You're in a doing mindset. You're in an actionable mindset where once we are conditioned through school, well, we have to learn all these things before we can do the test. We have to learn all these things before we can play the game. We have to learn all these things before we do whatever, which there is value in education. Like I love to learn and I love to think about things. And I love to solve puzzles. But without the performance aspect, then nothing actually gets happened because the only way to really get better is to do. And that is the side of us that we really need to be nurturing. Because anybody who's watching right now, like we've been talking to y'all for years, I feel like, and like we see you and we care about you and we know you know what to do. But it's the nurturing this other part of you now that has to actually do. Right? Now, this performer versus strategist thing, what made you nervous about that, Doc?
Because I'm really terrible at the strategy. Y'all could be like, fam, pick up a mic, spit bars, done. Right? But even when I was in my rap career, I hated to sit down at the table and write lyrics. So for the first album, there's like, I wrote punchlines, I wrote words, and I went into the booth and I just did it. And they'd be like, dude, that was fire, do it again. I'd be like, okay, you got to play it back for like 6 times so that I can hear what I said to try to put the punch-ins. And they were like, you didn't write that down? I was like, nah, dude, that sounded like you wrote it down. I was like, yeah, I ain't good like that. I can't write it down, but I can spit bars. And it drove my producers crazy because they wanted to be able to like say this line again 8 more times so we can layer it. I don't even know what I said, dog. I got to listen to it. So I would have to, they would take my stuff and put it on a little cassette and I would go in the back and then let my other 2 people do their bars and not come back at the end because mine was going to take more time because I had to go back and memorize what I just said. Like it was crazy like that. Then we would get to do the shows and we were performative. So I would not like to do a det. I hired a bunch of dreads to be our band. And they're like, yo, where the hell did you get the reggae band for? I was like, they're a band. They're not just a reggae band, but they know how to play what we asked them to play. And then so they be in the back and they be doing the beats. And then I look back and I'm doing my thing. I look back at the drummer. He's like, hey, you going longer than I'm supposed to hit the bridge yet. You still, because I kept going. Like I forgot, I forgot how long the bars are supposed to be. And I got to give him the little hand signal or the blink, or I do the little, machination so he'll know to get ready to dun, 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 boom. And then we get back into the cut. It's like they call being in the pocket. But the band learned to just rock with it. Like Doc is going to ad lib. Like that's just how it is. So even in my performance career, I was terrible at the strategy side. Which is funny being ex-military because I had forced strategy. But I think also being ex-military, my part about the strategy that pisses me off the most is I have watched people be so tied to the strategy And now the bridge is gone. What happened? It's blown up. Now what? Oh, wait a minute. We have to come up with a different plan. And I'm like, no, we can just go here. No, we got to think about it. While y'all thinking about it, I'm taking me and the ambulances and we going over here.
Mm-hmm.
And the plan person is effed. And so I think my visceral reactions to planning as I watch so many people. Let's Mike Tyson it. I'll keep it simple. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. Because all of the planning people never plan their contingencies. I have a contingency plan when it comes to content. I have this vertical stand right here. And when like Mike said, when I'm sitting here and I can't get a video out, I stand up and I point the camera a different way. Brain starts doing different shit. Blood gets back in the foots. I'm ready to go. So that's what it is. Like even simple as, while you trying to practicality this into something that works, simple as taking your phone and putting yourself in a different position, grabbing the Mary Lou clip, mine is upstairs right now, but grabbing the Mary Lou clip and then thwanking it onto your phone and putting yourself somewhere else. Here, I got one. I always have one. Bingo. Bingo. Grabbing the Mary Lou clip, mine is stuck to the top of this, and put yourself in a different position, and then, what's up, bitches? I'm here today. We're going to do X, Y, Z. That alone. Go outside. Take a freaking walk. Right? Any of the above. That's how you get it started when you're stuck. So I think, like you said, your question was, why did that affect me? Because the word strategy messes with me because too many people are dependent on it, and then they can't do what they need to do when it's time to do it. I'd rather be a
it's like a
performer
trigger
than
word.
a strategist.
Yeah. And that's what makes the difference between what we're able to iterate, right? So some of you that are watching, you've made a couple videos, maybe you've not made any videos, you're stuck, like it's creators unstuck, right? So maybe you found us because you're stuck. The difference between where we are and where you are is not that we're necessarily better creators, it's that we actually create. So it's the execution part. And that's where there's got to be balance. Like, so I will say for me, like strategy sometimes I will get wrapped up in it, but I will also execute a lot, right? You have to execute a lot. Doc and I just did a project in real life together, a production job. The position that I was on the team is a high pressure position, but I was able to do it because I have done it lots of times. So I understand when something needs to switch quickly. Somebody who's never, ever, ever done that before would freeze. But I know because of experience, there was no amount of books that I could have read to help me connect those dots that we do on set in real time.
And it was understanding that feelings didn't matter. See, where a standard person trying to do a producer job is going to get taken aback by trying to care for everyone else's feelings. But a producer's job is not to care about feelings right now. I got to get this done. We are on a time crunch. I will bandage your feelings later, or I'll tell you to F off.
Or not.
But I don't have any time to think about your feelings right now. We have the clock, and I need this to happen. Boom, yank this out, put that in. And that's what makes a good producer. A good producer can't care that somebody's bad. Like a good coach doesn't care that their running back is not hitting the 2-hole properly. That running back is put on the bench. And the second string dude comes up, hits the exact same 2-hole that the first guy's complaining, the guards ain't pushing the hole wide enough. So he puts in a different back who hits that hole with no excuses, no expectations, wasn't thinking about it, and he runs straight to the end zone. I watched it happen on the Detroit Lions game yesterday. Like, Montgomery ass on the bench, Gibbs was like, watch this. And then all the way, bro. All the way. I mean, I don't think, the ref tried to touch him. He was so quick, he was gone. And it's like, why the other dude couldn't do that? Because he's all up in his head as to why he can't do it. He's all looking to blame somebody on the O-line. Laporte ain't hit his block. Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't hit his block. Gibbs is like, never mind your block. Gone. Touchdown. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes we get in, I ain't got the right camera. That's the block, right? I don't got the right light. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? Or this dude's is, like the safety coming across, like I didn't see him, or he was spying the quarterback, or Jeff didn't hand me the ball right, or some kind of BS they got. That's the excuses that they be making, where somebody else will come in with your exact same opportunity. I'm going to say something crazy. Some of y'all are sitting there looking at your desk right now, $3,000 worth of equipment, being out-created by somebody with an iPhone 11 in Kenya. Their internet speed is one video a week because that's what they got. And they're out-creating. You sitting up here with gig fiber, dope-ass camera, $700 mixer, $500 mic, and a fat stack of excuses. Just saying. Just saying.
And it's true. But it's the execution, right? So we can hide ourselves behind, well, I haven't thought about it enough. I feel like that's like the biggest thing is I haven't thought about it enough. And there is something to properly planning and executing and launching like a channel, a show, right? Like if we're going like professional level, Netflix is not just like making Stranger Things like the day of, right? There was a plan, there's an execution, there's preparation there, because there's a lot of pieces to put into play.
Correct.
But as a beginner creator, if you can't even just make a video talking for 3 minutes without editing, we cannot move forward. Like that for me is block number 1.
Ooh.
If we cannot do that, we cannot pass go, cannot collect $200. We need to be able to do that before we can think about editing B-roll, shooting these angles, doing this, doing that, all these other things. If we cannot talk for 3 minutes, no edits, then what are we doing? Because I know you can do that, but there's the thing between you and the upload. And whatever that is your personal journey, right? For some people, it's the internal voices. For some people, it's the technical know-how. But it really isn't that complex. But when we can get that, then we can iterate. Then we can build on it. We need a foundation. But that is the start of momentum, right? So I'm working on like kind of this like game board concept of like we can't move forward until we execute these other things, because then I know you know how to do it. Like how many tutorials between you and I, Doc, have we made? And we're like, I know you know how already. I don't need to show you this again. And if you truly don't understand that, like, that's okay. Like there's things that I need to see again. And I'm like, I think I get it. I think I don't get it. But we have to keep it going. If you don't do it, then of course you don't know how to do it because you haven't done it.
I like
right?
that.
Have you tried?
I really do like
we have
that.
We have to move. We have to go forward. So pick of the week.
All right. I just want to say one thing real quick.
Do it.
This comes up all the time when we're talking about doing a show like this. Every week I see somebody chop up in the group asking about where can they get a template in order to do, this kind of podcast like this, right? And I'm like, if you're not willing to do your podcast like this, that template ain't going to do you a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Do we look any less cute minus that box? No, I'm fine. Okay? So this box did nothing but apply brand. What we got to say, hold on, I got to come out of preview mode. What we got to say doesn't change with this box or without this box. It's the same people saying the same stuff, putting the same foot in the hand pots. But there's people right now in my group, not LGL group, but in the eCam group, talking about they can't do their podcast until they get somebody to make them a box like this. So what you just said hit me like mad different. It hit me mad different because I know there's folks right now sitting there thinking about that. So that's crazy.
Right. And that's putting the wrong thing first. Like, yes, it's pretty. Yes, it's fun. Right. But if we can't do the basic of sit here and talk for 3 minutes, because you'll talk to me, you will give me excuses for 3 minutes plus. Like, we know we've heard that. You can give excuses for 3 minutes plus no edits. We've seen it.
That's the video. These are my
talk about
current I can't make content excuses. Let me know yours. Be truthful, confess, make a video telling me your excuses as to why you can't make video. And here's the funniest thing about it. Mary Lou did it yesterday. She did it yesterday. She's like, look at y'all. Look at this. Look at this. This is my office. It don't supposed to look like this. It normally don't look like this. And I could not make videos because my office looked like this, but I'm making the video just to let y'all know that although I might show up as this professional creator, whatever, sometimes my office look like this. How about you? Like, that was her video.
Like, this looks so nice, right? This looks so good. Yeah. We zoom out. It's crazy.
The cone of cleanliness is live. And I was just so dope, bro. It was so dope to see that thing about the swan and underneath the feet is, doing that, right? So anyway, there's the answer. I got to give you guys the quite sort of strange pick of the week. Don't nobody laugh at me. I had 3 packs. One of them got stolen. Okay. I travel for work a lot, and I really do enjoy travel secrets. These right here are my foaming soap sheets. These ones are orange. So what happens is if you go into the bathroom, men, and you happen to go to the soap thing and you're like, tack, 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 nothing comes out. You wave in your hand and the sensor detector don't squirt nothing in your hand. Ain't nobody got time for that. I got a plane to catch. These are little pieces of paper. It's hard to get one when your hand ain't wet. But this is a single sheet of soap, and it comes in a paper format. There it is. It looked like Easy Wides. I know you don't know nothing about that, Mary Lou.
No. I was like, why'd you lick the soap?
Somebody in the chat understand. Rich might understand. He's from my age bracket. But it looked like a pair of Easy Wides, but these are just single sheets of soap. So all you do is put it in your hand, drip a little water, and then, damn, this joint smells good. I almost want to eat it. And then you just rub your hand, and you got good, clean soap. But you don't. I carry around the whole pack in my travel, my little hip thing. What you call it? Fanny pack. I don't use that word because British people fanny means something different. In my hip pack.
Oh, you're like alpaca, right?
Yeah. My little alpaca is right here. So I keep it inside my little alpaca joint, right next to my Osmo Pocket 3, and you can wash your hands anywhere. So they come in handy, and I really like it, and it's super small, and they're called Foaming, and it came in a pack of Paul said, put a bar of soap in your mouth. It came in the packet of 3, but somehow one of my packets is missing, Mary Lou. She's like, those are dope.
He's like, look at this. I was like, where's mine?
I was like, so these are really cool though. So like I highly suggest, and I don't know, maybe girls' bathrooms are better at being supplied, but I feel like the people that be in charge of taking care of the bathrooms at the airport and at restaurants, I know it's nasty in the boys' room, but they be leaving our soap out all the time. We go in there and we ain't got no soap. And the amount of dudes I see using the restroom without washing their hands, I just want to hand them one of these pieces of paper and be like, get your ass back in, put your hand underneath that sink.
They're going to eat it.
Nasty. Wash your damn hands. If I know you and I see you not washing your hands after touching the Willie Johnson, I will curse you out in public. I will make a scene out of you because that's nasty. Wash your damn hands. All right, I'm done.
So, on your desk, like, it's nice to have little knickknacks. So right now it's like crazy stuff, but there's like some things that you keep on your desk for inspiration or whatever. And this one, like, always sits on my desk. My friend sent me this a couple months ago, but this is Baby Smurf.
I love Baby Smurf.
And it was my bestie from like middle school. She saw this, and I my first toy that I still have, and he's sitting up there, is a baby Smurf doll. So he's like, like a cuddly plushie, right? I still have it. The one I had since I was 2. It's been on every evacuation with me, all the moves, all everything, all life. He sits up there. He's falling apart, so that's why he's safe up there, right? But my friend saw this and thought of me and was like, he needed to be with you. So she sent it to me, and he was like the perfect size to sit on my desk. And I keep him like in front here so I can see him and remind myself, like, why, right? Of like why I do this, why I love this, because it gives me joy, and creativity since I was a little kid has been a really big deal. So it's the same way I keep this picture of myself nearby, right? This is me from 1996, so 13, right? And I see this and I'm like, I'm still this girl. Like, she's still just sitting on the couch, like screaming, like, I am so stressed out. Why am I doing this? but like with joy, right? Like, she enjoys learning, she enjoys doing things, she enjoys sharing things. So keeping things like that on your desk, like, it might be a mess, but sometimes some things are important to keep nearby to remind you of who you are and why you do this. And I'm sure you have stuff on there. Like, you got your Jackie Chan picture.
I got my Jackie Chan
right?
picture.
You have your...
I have my little Totoro. I'm going to get some more when I get to Japan. I have my samurai helmet because I have what you would call a Nihon Tamashi, which is like a fighting spirit, like a never give up spirit. And then I have my little temple protector. Like, this protects my desk, right? And yeah, it's like, I'm a scientist, dude. Like, I don't believe in foo-foo thingies, but if it just look at it and remind me that, it don't have to be safe. It got to be done. You know what I mean? Like, I can just put myself in there. And yesterday, although it's not on my desk, something hit me so good yesterday. I was one of my proudest moments. I get a FaceTime from the kid. And yo, when she FaceTime me instead of text, normally the text is, hey, Unks, what? Can I get the password to streaming service we're not supposed to talk about? I'm like, yeah. And then, because we don't live in the same house. Don't tell the red company that, we don't live in the same house. Anyway, I'm like, yeah, what do you want to watch? So I'm going to watch Wednesday. All right, cool. You want to watch together? She said, no, you're going to be busy. I'm going to watch now. I was like, all right, whatever, go ahead. She FaceTimed me, and I'm like, oh, it must be an emergency or something. Unks, what? I got to show you something. I'm like, what? Dear future graduate, Temple University, Japan would like to blah, blah, blah. And then, she's reading it, and like, I was getting verklempt. She's like, why did they send me this? I'm like, because they want you. That's a recruitment letter. And she was like, but wait, but how? I'm like, you did it. Like, you put in that work. You've been busting your butt, struggling over this SAT. But like, they already said, you good. Like, that's the letter to let you know, regardless of what happens in January with your SAT, you're good. Because I know how hard she worked for that. You know what I mean? That didn't require a motivation. Like, she made a plan, to Caleb's point. Caleb had mentioned the difference between the strategist and strategy. And Caleb said, I think the difference between the strategy and the strategist is that strategists know the how and why and the goal so they can pivot. Like, she had a goal. She had a plan. And she'd been working and working and working. And so to get that letter, like, legit, about 6 months ahead of what she was expecting to get that letter, that was a big deal. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I'm like, cool. When we go there next month, I'm going to take you to campus so you can see around. And, like, I want you to vision that thing, right? And so we were talking about this because I was, I talk to her sometimes about the things that I talk to y'all about on the channel because I think it's good for, I was going to say 13. Oh my gosh, she's 16. It's good for a 16-year-old to hear before they get plugged in with all of the bad values. I'm like, the reason why some people win and some people don't is they legit sit down and visualize the success. Like, there are some of you dreaming of what would happen if your channel took off. But how many actually sat down and visualized what that would look like? I told Mary Lou yesterday, I see us standing on stage at a large podcast conference doing this show live. I don't need her to see what I see. I just need to tell her that I see it. Because when I say, let's book a ticket for what? We speaking at this conference, she going to be like, I don't need her to buy in. I don't need her to tell me like no. Because even if she did say no, we still going. At some point in time, you going to come to this show and I'll be like, hey, are y'all going to be in Dallas this week? Because we speaking that podcast movement. And then y'all going to be like, wait, what? And then I sent her another video and she said, I can see this person on our channel. I was like, exactly. If you don't see yourself winning because you keep telling yourself why you can't win, you're right. You are the rightest you ever been right.
Whatever you think, you're right.
100%. Right? Exactly. Literal dreams. Sometimes those literal dreams is because I went to the dispensary, I'll be honest. But I have literal dreams about the things I'm working towards too, Cleb. I feel you. And you will hear, when you watch those heroes' journey stories on ESPN, 30 for 30 or the Oscars or the Grammy, they're like, yo, I dreamt of the day that I would be standing here holding this statue, talking about I like to think the Academy. Yo, I see myself standing on the stage somewhere doing Creatives Unstuck live. I see myself interviewing Seth Godin. I see myself interviewing, somebody else who I think, I want to see. Then y'all be like, how the hell did you get Idris Elba on the show? I don't know, but he here. Got a question?
We did
Put
it.
a Q in the front.
Yes. What do you want to know?
What you want to know? Hey, AT said, is he single? Nah, that's not the question.
Exactly.
That's not the question. I'm joking, AT. Why you over there making faces? Aubrey was like, definitely not asking that question. Do he got a Subaru?
Yes.
That's Aubrey's question. Love you, Aubs.
Yeah, there's like the motivation is not something we can do, but momentum
funny,
is something
Paul,
we
by the
can
way.
work for.
That's funny. I see you, Paul.
Who's Matt? Who?
From camp.
Oh, I see. Yes, it was a good time. It was a good time. And camp was so good. And something that can help you with momentum, right, is these in-person events, right? Is these being around other creators, because there's something about the collective energy when you see other people who are doing the same thing as you, where it might be even a little bit of competitive feeling. I know some people are driven by that. Inspiration in, like, you can get motivation from being around other people, but that is not what's going to make you actually do it. Like, you actually doing it is what's going to make you do it, right? That's what's going to make the difference.
Yo, if we could put that feeling in the bottle, it would be dope.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I'd probably be addicted. If I could put that feeling in the bottle. I mean, first of all, ADHD people, we have addictive personalities. But yo, I would probably be up in here sipping on syrup if I could put that feeling in the bottle, because it's good. So zipping on scissor.
And I know for a fact, multiple people were like, I got to get videos up before Creator Camp, right? It was creating this kind of pressure, this deadline, because we do work well with deadlines. People do work well with deadlines and schedule. Like, that's something we were working on and talking with Gretchen about, right? Because Gretchen was on a schedule forever. Now, as a teacher, now as not a teacher, does not want to work on a schedule, but has since given herself permission to put the things she actually wants to do on the schedule.
She comes into the Zooms with a different level of brightness now that she's discovered her lane. And I know that feeling because that was the feeling I got when I figured out what my purpose was about. Like, dude, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I have a childlike, cherubic, I don't want to call it anxiety in that sense because I don't have anxiety like someone that's that has anxiety. I can say the right word, but I have an anxiousness about getting to November to start the new series. Cause like, yo, I'm crawling through Notion like I'm walking through the Shire trying to find hobbits. And I ain't felt that way about a new tool in a minute, bro. This joint is good. Like I'm in here, I'm like, yo, this is cool. This is cool. Like you're discovering stuff, but I'm trying not to learn too much because I wanted to have that feeling of newness when I do it. But then I'm like, yo, I got 9 more days of finishing my 365. I just want it to be Notion November already. It's stupid. It's super stupid. Like y'all be trying to I'm not trying to be competitive. Okay, I'm a bitch. I'm competitive. I'm petty as fuck. Let's be real. Y'all be sitting here trying to figure out why you gotta shake your head, AT.
Break her neck about agreeing
I
with
was
that.
saying, she about to snap a sacriphiliac over there. I'm looking at you, and I seen this little head in the corner, like, yep, he's simple. You know what, AT? You lucky I love you. But I'm going to say the pettiest thing possible, and I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Y'all be sitting here trying to figure out what you can make next. I'm trying to stop myself from making something that I need to make on schedule instead of making it now. Like, Nabout started batching some shit yesterday because I wanted to tell it. And I'm like, no, but I got to keep it tight. And maybe wanting to get this out, if I can't hold it back, I will have no choice but to record it because that's how my brain is. And I might have my first couple of days in Notion November pre-recorded because like it's festering in my head. I did something cool the other day and I was like, I don't know if I can replicate it because that's the one bad part about using AI for these sort of things. But we was hanging out in the group and I was having Claude make me a dashboard for Notion. Claude nailed it, ChatGPT borked it, but Notion AI still did it better because the question had come up from Luis, can I just do it with the connectors built into ChatGPT or Claude? Suspect, McDonald's, right?
Hmm.
ChatGPT was a little bit more like, the cormorant. It's a good smash burger, like it's in there. But the one that's built inside of Notion is like Gordon Ramsay sat down and made you a burger. Now, it can't do the other stuff that Claude and ChatGPT can do, but it can do that really good. And so, yeah, it was super interesting. And I'm using this to build my travel dashboard for my like whole Japan stuff yesterday, and I'm showing it to my boy Blake because we getting our reservations to the Yamazaki Whiskey Toe. We up in it. Y'all gonna see us sipping on some 30-year-old like, can't wait. But like it's cool to build out these things, and I get jazzed. I made a video teaching y'all how to do. I told you I dedicated that video to you. I've heard you on more than enough occasions say, like, stop just using straight AI because you're starting to sound AI. So let me show people how to do it for real. Because Mary Lou's saying it's valuable, but let me give them the absolute lesson plan. And so I showed you how to use it to interview you so that way your videos sound like you and not just the joint the AI spit out. And yeah, like I was giddy when I was making that. It's sometimes you making the content and it's hitting so good, you be giddy. I'll be like that. And if you're not finding that, maybe you're forcing your content in a direction that's not what you should be forcing it into. You should almost feel, I'm about to say something foul. When you was spitting game and you could tell at that moment you said that one thing that got that person thinking about what's next? You know what I'm saying? When you was able to be like, you said something and they just went, oh, we hitting. You should feel like that when
Don't
you
even
make
need to
it.
say anything, please.
Yes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this is where you should feel in your content. You should feel like you're about to walk in there and come off with a walk-off homer where you grab your towel, wrap it back around and walk to the bathroom or walk to the kitchen or whatever you do after your post-coital routine. That's the feeling you should have when you make content. You should feel like you just curled a toe, ripped a sheet, woke up the neighbors, made them forget their ex's name, whatever that feeling is for you.
Whatever it is.
I don't know. I'm just checking Paul's expressions because Paul's always has some weird expressions when I bring that shit up. Paul looking at the phone book right now. Let me call Rick real quick.
And it, like, on that same note, right, is think about how you talk to yourself and about yourself, right? This performer side of you that needs the exercise, needs the practice, needs to actually do it. Are you just being mean to her and saying, you're so ugly, you're so stupid, I can't believe you said it that way? Or are you like, hey, that was a great. Let's work on this. Let's continue this, right? You have to be like, you have to step out of
Be your
yourself
own
and be
cheerleader.
the director.
Yeah. Be your own cheerleader.
Because that's what I always like with producing. I always say it's my job to get the result that we set out to get, right? So hopefully we do this in the nicest way possible. If we got to have a firm hand, we got to have a firm hand. But I always try to be like, what's better, honey or what bitter? What salt? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was going to say
be nicer
syrup.
to people. Syrup? I don't know.
It's right. It's honey or vinegar is the one.
Honey. Okay, that's it.
But
But it's like both are good. I guess it just depends on the usage.
I grew up around a bunch of Filipinos. I'm down for vinegar. So.
Right. That's what it's like. It doesn't quite work for me.
It doesn't work for us.
Me neither. All right, patis.
They love it. I love vinegar. That's one of my favorite things. As a matter of fact, I put Mother of Earth, vinegar with the thing in the bottom. I put 2 tablespoons in my soda water every day. I drink one of those every day. It's good for your insides.
Yes.
Juju had a really good comment.
For you, but like,
she said, I'm going on a trip with my mom and my sisters. My youngest sister and I our birthdays are 5 days apart. We very much act like twins. We have planned on making videos for sure. See, I like that. You going into it. And Juju, if you ever feel stuck, make the video talking to your sister. Oh, damn, Gretchen. I just...
honey or broccoli.
Dang it, Gretchen. When I feel stuck, I make a video talking to Lou. That's exactly what I do. And I wasn't even like stuck per se, but like when I made that video talking about how to think, it was like I'm making this video because of something that Lou said. And I was like, you know what? Here we go. I'm ready. So sometimes I will see her short and I'm like, bang, run downstairs, make it now. Because I got to get it out while it's fresh in my head what she just put out. And sometimes y'all will trigger me. I've made videos talking to Wixie. I've made videos talking to AT. I've made videos talking to Aubrey. Thank you, Juju. You said exactly the plan. So when you feeling it, instead of looking at a creator who you look up to, look at one of your contemporaries. You know what I mean? Look at one of your friends. That'll do you that will serve you so much better.
Right. It's like, how like we have our conversation. We could go on forever, right? You guys watch the pre-show, you watch the post-show. You see, this is how we talk anytime we talk. On the phone, it's going to be like another 2-hour podcast, right? Of talking about similar kind of things. So even when we're making videos, it's like our ongoing conversation, right? You're like, you can build off of what somebody else said. And if it's even somebody you don't know, you don't have to say their name necessarily, but you could. Right? It's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. And to like know you're good at it, right? If you tell yourself you're bad at it, then you're right.
You're right.
If you say you're good at it, you're right.
Man, you know
One
what
thing
I want
that
to
was
see?
like,
Here's what I want to see.
Yeah, let's hear
I
it.
don't know why. I have weird ideas, people. So y'all can just tell me shut up when I have my weird ideas. I seen Caroline in the chat. I want to see her be like, I want you to send me some inspiration for pieces of a quilt, and I'm going to build a quilt based off of your stories. And then we're going to donate it to somebody in need or whatever. And so when I mention, like my love for Japan, right? She's going to go to the Remnant scrap place the next time she's out shopping. She's going to look for a pattern that's like kumiko or bamboo or sakura, cherry blossoms or something that embarks Japan. And she's like, cool, I'm going to add that to the next quilt. So I'm going to build a quilt around the creators that I watch, right? Or the people who leave me a comment in the chat. So every time she go to the Remnant joint, she going to clip out another piece of something that reminds you of something, right? And then eventually she's going to make this quilt. Every time she goes to add a piece, that's a short video. Right? Because the 3 minutes it takes to add that piece, I don't know how many minutes it takes. If I said something stupid, you're allowed to fix me. But in the 3 minutes it takes to add that piece, she's going to give the backstory behind each piece. And so she's going to build a quilt of the people that have impacted her life. And she's going to take that quilt and give it away so that we all get to impact the next person's life while we keeping their homeless ass warm instead of freezing. Don't ask me where I come up with these things. I did a lot of drugs in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2020s. And yesterday.
And a shot once a week.
Yeah. Oh, wait. She going to be like, dude, that's hard. I'll be like, yeah, but it's cool, though. Anyway, that's just a weird idea I came up with, seeing her pop up in the chat.
And being part of a community like this, right? Like you come to Creators Unstuck, we see you, an idea comes up, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but at least it gets you thinking about it, right?
Yeah, think of something
the accountability
similar.
groups that we run, right? Gretchen's progress was because of a bunch of things, because of her work, but also being in the group. And then Alicia, having seen her for however many years that they've been in groups together, Alicia being able to see the bigger picture on someone else. So being in these groups is really helpful because you can see something about someone else that you might not see in yourself. Like I can see everybody. I'm like, you should be doing this. You should be doing this. You just sometimes when I look at myself, it's very hard. And I'm like, Doc, I don't know what to do.
What'd you say? Would you say I have lost the plot? I really love that thought.
I lost the plot.
I love that thought.
I lost the plot.
We have all seen movies where they lost the plot. We're like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
What
you know,
are
in
we
Game
doing?
of Thrones, they like to inject the different writers at like episodes 7 and 8. And I'm like, why? We could take those 2 episodes and yank them and get back to 9 and 10 where there's about to be some fisticuffs. Super funny thing, you mentioned Gretchen. Prime example, Gretchen can go out and try to find a picture in her journey that matches each one of us. So this picture is like ice, it's cold, it's whatever, and then there's a little teeny light of heat and smile. That picture is named Alicia.
Well, like her birds, right? She like made a whole series on these.
Yeah, she made the birds.
These birds she was building.
Not lizards, geckos of us, whatever. And then Carla said, look, I love that idea, but I don't quilt, but I'll find a way to adapt it. And that's what I mean. Like that's what we're looking for. Find a way to adapt it to what you do. Right? So like her next book can be pictures I found on my travels that remind me of the creators that I cruise with. There's a picture called Mary Lou. There's a picture called Aubrey. There's a picture called A.T. There's a picture called Paul. The Paul picture would be XXX, but you know, whatever. Like there'll be all these different pictures. There'll be the old crusty black and white photo. That would be Paul Sr. You know, like, it'd be just kind of cool. Like it's like almost building a quilt, but it's a story that means something to you and it might inspire somebody else. Like, because at the end of the day, we're kind of like a snowball. Everybody loves to use that situation about you being a snowflake and how you're unique. But I believe it as we're like a snowball because I was somewhere with Mary Lou and I decided to run over her snowflake and steal a piece of that to add it to my snowball. And now there's a big portion of, Mary Lou's a freaking glazer. Let's be real. but there's a piece of that in my snowball now, right? There's a piece of Aubrey in my snowball now. There's a piece of AT, and then Paul. Paul is the piece of my snowball that's yellow. I'll let you figure it out. But you go by and you collect a little bit of everybody else's uniqueness and you add it to your thing. And I kind of Paul said I was just about to type that. See, I knew Paul. I knew we were on the same page, dog. Like there you do absorb a little bit of each folks that you be around. And if you absorbing nastiness, fam, change. Like we live in the US. Instead of having the nasty snowballs from New York, you can go to the PNW where the snow is a little bit cleaner. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just gotta change. You can't have to move. You can move virtually. Just get yourself in a different circle. You know what I'm saying? So at least what's cool about us is we're around a circle of a bunch of curious and creative people who really do want to get better at this. But we just need some of y'all to put the motivation away and just vape. Actually,
Yes.
motivation is short for motor. So yeah, just do the motor part.
The motor part, we got to get moving. We got to get moving. And then something that's been sitting with me that I saw from a reel was you're not doing things is keeping someone else from freedom.
Straight up.
Whatever it is that you are like that you are called to do something. Like it's there. Otherwise, you would not be sitting here thinking about it all the time. And I know you think about it all the time. But you're not taking action. It's actually hurting someone else. And that's where a group thing, this is something Doc says all the time, that like the biggest stressor is letting down other people or unkept promises or things like that, right? So that's where
exactly.
an accountability of, well, if I don't do this thing, it's somebody else is suffering. So I might as well just get it out, because how much is your suffering? Like, I feel like other people's suffering is like sometimes worth a little bit more to us, right? We're like, we can hurt ourselves all day long.
Correct.
But it's like, you're hurting someone else. Hopefully, if you've got empathy, right, that's a problem. Like, you don't want to be doing that. And being around other people who are like our group, like I feel like our group is so good. And I'm seeing it as people are starting to build momentum, then other people are like, well, I should be posting also. Oh, I should also go live, or I should also get things done. And then we get the wins where all ships rise.
Yep.
Right. And then you can see, oh, as a team, we want to all be succeeding. So if somebody's not, able to climb, maybe we can reach back and we can pull them up.
Or we can push them off the cliff.
Right. And then it depends. Are they cool or not? Like, did they got the good snacks or what? Like, who's holding the snacks?
Who's holding the snacks? Yo, AT, come on, girl. Look, she from Detroit. Listen, she's an audio and auto engineer before. Don't flood the motor by over priming or overthinking. That is dope, fam. That is well dope.
Wow, that's a whole speech right there.
That's called bars.
Wow.
Yo,
I think that's it. I think that's.
Hey, write that in your Black Girl
thought.
Magic book. Write that joint down.
Yes.
That's a good one. That's a
Write
good
it
one.
down. I love that.
Yo, yep, right. Paul is correct. We've been saying it for years. We learn from each other, positive or negative. These are 100% facts. Most of the weird things that you have in your head right now, you learn from somebody else. That's none of your business. Tell them people to shut up. Leave you alone.
And another thing from like learning within a group too is seeing somebody who you know is great and they're struggling. And you're like, why are they thinking like this about themselves, or why are they spinning their wheels here? And then you're like, I think I also spin my wheels that way, right? You can kind of reflect back. The like, oh, I see what this looks like from the outside.
Yeah.
So maybe I can thrive by example, and then that will help them as well.
When you say you lost the plot, you know what I started doing? Checking the plot. So
you're like,
wait a minute.
Let's get the book.
Let me see.
Who's got the script?
What are we doing here? So 100%, bro.
If I lost the plot,
yes,
I'm usually the one keeping the plot.
Exactly. That's the reason why I got scared. Like, hey, let me double check the plot. You know what I mean? And honestly, like, we would be talking in our, standard issue phone calls, and you were telling me something about, hey, there's one thing that I had learned in therapy. And then it'd be like, well, this other thing that I had learned in therapy. It's like, well, this other thing that I learned in therapy. And I was like, maybe I need to go to therapy.
You gotta go there. Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, okay,
right?
I'll go one day. And then AT was like, no, you're not. You're going today.
Yes.
I'm like, bitch.
And look at that. Here we are. We got a better doc because of it. We got a better doc because of it.
I'm enjoying it. Like, it's actually it's been a really cool awakening, and I'm just like, yo. I mean, if you guys are thinking about it or you scared or whatever, man, if you covered, like, definitely don't spend money on something you ain't got the money for. But if you can get it covered by your insurance, it's just worth the check. Just for them to be like, Kendrick, you're gonna be all right. But when they opened that door, they was like, dog. What the hell you had in that closet that long? Jesus Christ, let that shit out. So
my fear for going into therapy to begin with was like, if they open this, it's never going to stop.
Yes,
like
what I thought too.
If they open these floodgates, it's never going to stop. But it made a difference.
Yes.
It like helped to redirect all of this, everything, right? And it's not just like you're going to go talk about all the bad things. It's like just understanding how you tick and understanding like why you might think this way or that way. And it's good. So like a question for you, with now being in therapy, any nuggets of wisdom that you think would be helpful for our creators on our topic today?
The number one situation, and I've been saying this for a long time, but I think I did it differently, is yo, you need to write it down, bro. You need to get yourself a pen and a paper and journal. And even if you started out with one sentence, you're good. I'll make it easy for you. Junk journaling is a thing where you just take clippets of something, some junk that you got that day. So, because it'll spark your memory. So, like if we were in car party and then we went to that little restaurant and say the little restaurant had a napkin or a matchbook or something with the logo on it, right? I could cut that out and just glue it into my junk journal. Or you can just make a single line of what you did. You can literally record it with your phone, but it's better to write it down. I find when I start writing out what I'm going through or what I'm thinking about or what got me verklempt, I get unverklempt really quickly. Ooh, creating a junk journal in the channel right now. Finna go watch. Because I haven't done junk journaling yet,
Yes.
but I kind of, get into it. I come from like regular journaling. And yo, family, I'm going to tell you something that's cool. Tonight, randomly on the Ecamm channel, Jill is going to open her Doom boxes and go through her Doom boxes live. Give us a chance to like, should I open it or should I keep it sealed? It's going to be like, should I keep this or should I throw it away? And I think that kind of stuff is dope because it helps you unpack some things. Like even for me, as I'm cleaning the office, I realized I kept a bunch of stuff longer than I should have for fear of not being able to get it back again. And so for me, mostly therapy has reminded me that journaling is important, taking time for gratitude is important, and learning to let your brain be quiet. So those of us who grew up in a certain time frame, when you were loud and crying and whining and making too much noise, your mama would sit you in the room and just let you bitch by yourself. And when nobody can hear you complain, you know what you stop doing? You stop complaining. So when you have a mind that doesn't know how to shut the fuck up, you put it somewhere so quiet that it gets tired of talking to itself. And eventually, it shuts up. And it might take you longer than you think. But now, because I'm going to the beach with the intention of sitting there and watching the waves until my brain shuts up, I can do it for more than 5 minutes. Before I couldn't do it for more than 5 minutes because I got to get back. I got something to do. I got to do this. But now I'm going and I will not take my ass out of that hot melon farming sand until my brain shuts up. When I go outside and I'm walking the block, I'm not coming back until my brain shuts up. Then once it calms down, I can come back and do my work. That's something you can try.
And that's like me and the dog. I'm like, you just keep whining and I will ignore you until you stop.
Paul said, put your mind in the anechoic chamber at shore. Yo, that joint is trippy, bro. That joint
It
is
was trippy.
It
It really was.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, yeah, and before I used to shut my brain up with, weed or drink or something like that. But, nah, like sometimes you just got to let it keep bitching until it get tired of bitching and then it'll go away. But the biggest one is don't react on it because that's the other thing I used to do. Well, I probably still do. I would react on those and then I would go into Ecamm comments and say some shit I ain't supposed to say and get in trouble. Like, well, dumbass, why don't you try reading the manual? Oops, not supposed to say that.
Oopsie. Oh, I hope that this gets you a little shove into some momentum. I hope you actually post a video this week. If you happen to, please drop us the link. We want to know. because you just got to get the ball rolling. You have to do it. Don't think so hard about it. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't over strategize it. Let's just get moving.
Oh
Get
my
unstuck.
God. I love this. I call my negative brain Phyllis and I tell her to shut up. I need a name for mine, bro. I love that Phyllis
Lesson
accent.
Phyllis.
I love it. That is so good. Yeah, man, this was great. This was really great. I like unpacking these things. And I look forward to seeing whatever. I'm definitely going to go check out the Crafty Adventures channel to go see what's happening on the junk drawer action, and not the junk drawer, the junk journal. I've been loving my journal fame. I'm about to go to Japan. I'm going to journal heaven. So I'm gonna come back with like 80 notebooks deep. Aubrey is giving me like, get this fountain pen while you're over there. I'm like, stop it, Aubrey. I need to have money to be able to fly back home. Okay. I'm gonna send y'all like, hey Paul, send me that bail money. I need to get back home. So it's gonna be wild. But thank you guys. This has been great. And you know what we say. I'm Doc Rock. You can find me all over the internet at DOCROCK.
And I'm Mary Lou Mandel. You can find me all over the internet at Mary Lou Mandel. We'll chat soon.
There you go. You have now been unstuck.
Unstuck.
Wait, did the profile? I don't know if the profile put the thing back in yet. Yes, it did. It loaded.
You have been unstuck. With creators Unstuck, Doc Rock, and Mary Lou Mandel.
You know what we say around here? See you. Yo, that was good. Even though we're out of practice.
Very
I feel
good.
like I'm back in the building. I need to go make a content.
Yes.
I'm gonna see if anybody answered my my Instagram short. Yes. Oh yes.
Yes.
It's polyamorator. It's polyinnovator.
Polyinnovator?
Yeah,
Dustin?
he replied. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo,
He's always good for that.
You know what I mean? He's a good dude, right?
He really is.
Caleb
he really
said,
is.
Caleb said, "Will you take me with you?" And then it's Brooklyn wanted to know how big is Coach in Japan. I know what Brooklyn want. I know exactly what Brooklyn want. Do they have yes, they really do, Rich. They really do have a vending machine that sells underwear. I'm going to find that sucker, and I'm going to video it and send it to Rich. I will make a reel of that as soon as I find it. But yes, and it's not because of the perverse reasons that people think it's for.
No, 'cause you just need underwear.
Well, it's because Japan is very clean. They're very, very big on clean society. You know, like if you went downtown LA right now, can you find a bathhouse where you can actually go take a bath that's not, something perverse? They have
like K-Town.
Oh yeah, K-Town. There you go. Of course.
The Korean spots, yeah.
Yeah, so they got.
Yeah, that's like right by downtown. So yes and no. Yeah.
You everywhere. There's a bathhouse, right? Of course, there's the kind of not that kind, Paul. Not that kind. Not the kind in the Tenderloin.
We have those also.
So do we. We got those in Honolulu. But like, for most people it's 24-hour fitness or something like that. But they have legit bathhouses where you can go in and get yourself a bath done or whatever. Guess what? Caleb, Mary, I got you because I too have a tattoo. So there is a website called Tattoo Friendly Onsens. And believe it or not, there are a lot. And guess the one place in Japan where you could easily find tattoo friendly onsens? Osaka. Why is that? Because Osaka is the home of the Yakuza. It's not Yakuza, it's Yakuza. Yakuza is Americans that can't talk. Yakuza is people. So yes, there are lots of tattoo-friendly onsens in Osaka. Tons. You seen Yubi Chiba and Megan Thee Stallion in there. inside the tattoo-friendly onsen. And so yeah, what I normally do is I cover mine, but you can't cover yours. You'd be patched up. So you would miss all the benefits.
Wearing clothes.
Okay, so I would definitely take you to some tattoo-friendly onsen places, and there's a total website, there's a map, it can take you wherever, but yeah, those are cool. So see what I mean? But like I got a whole bunch of dope clip ideas just by spitting it out there, right? I have like at least 7 ideas already, and the video's only been a couple of minutes. So this is what I'm saying. Like if you feeling stuck, fam, you just get out there. And it's like, well, nobody knows me or whatever. Cool, spend $20 and run an Instagram ad against it. How about that? Now shut up. What you got to say?
Yes.
That Instagram ad will get 300-400 views.
I'm back on my live stream. So I know Jill's doing her live stream. Also, I'll be live at the same time. I didn't realize we scheduled at the same time. So,
Oh, good enough. Shit
you know,
happens.
I'll see.
We'll get out there.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'll be hanging out. Just hanging out in the studio. Like old times. Just like old times.
And I'm going to come and visit y'all in the Zoom, but I'm not there to answer questions. I'm not there to do anything but learn from y'all. So I might just come and sit on the wall.
Yeah, just sit on the wall. Yeah, I don't even open up the Zoom for this. We just gonna fold laundry. And I wonder, can I collaborate? Like, not yet. I can't go
Not yet.
like, because I was like, if I'm going live at the same time as Jill, we're basically doing the same thing. But
Not yet.
I don't think we could go live together
No.
yet.
But it's coming.
No.
But you can invite her as a guest on Zoom and y'all can be doing the same thing. Like you can have her as a guest on your channel. Y'all doing the same thing on 2 different channels. It'll still work.
On 2 different channels. All right. Well, we'll figure it out another week, another time.
All right, family. I love you guys. Y'all be good.
Goodbye.
Peace out. Aloha.